Mike here. Good evening, and that. Today's video. Let me back this up. There we go. Here, we're doing a live show here tonight, guys. Storage auction stories once again, and this story is it's interesting. I agree with a lot what's said in this story I'm about to read. But before I jump into this actual story, polishing off my Corona. I hope you guys are out there and making it happen. What's up, Big Bug Puppy? What's up? What's up is what's up. Howdy, kiss my country ass. What's happening? What's happening? All-Star Dixon, how are you? Jerry, hello. Pelling Profits, Duane and Doc, what's up? What's up? Bruce Wren and Liquidation Ohio, hi there. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Today's show, I'm going to go into just kind of how my day was today, right? Hey, Mr. Sadie, John Sherman, LA Thrifter Hustlers, Secret Society, Golf Wins, Miles, Astrid. Hi, Mike from the Kel Mountains. What's happening? Hey, what's happening, Eric? Penny's Prized Possessions. Hello. Amber's from South Dakota. Awesome. Carl in North Carolina. Wow, lots of you guys from all over the place. Amazing, isn't it? Jerry, dude, I so few cool video. I love. Can I ask you something? Yeah, ask me a question. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up. You know, this live show I'm doing, it's kind of like a beta test for something that it's interesting, right? And it's a way I can kind of communicate with you guys and talk to you guys. And yeah, Miles, dude, this jacket's freaking super warm, man. I've never found this brand before. I forgot the name of the brand. It's something crazy, but I've never found anything remotely close to this. And I just think it's freaking cool. What's up, Warren from Spokane? But yeah, let me dive into this, guys, and we talk a little further. All right, so today's adventures. I get in my car and I'm driving down the road, and I go. If you don't know, I smoke cigarettes. So I get my pack of cigarettes. I get in my car, and I back up. Right now, I back up, and I'm like, "What is?" All of a sudden, I look at my review, and there's a car there. Now, I just got these new glasses, right? And maybe I'm half blind or whatever. And they got bifocals or whatever on them. And I realized, I'm like, damn, there's a car right behind me. I didn't even realize this, right? Now, 40 minutes prior, came off at work, and I almost hit one of our teacher friends. And I'm like, okay, maybe something's way off here with everything that I'm seeing, right? Because, like, right now, new glasses, like, it's like high definition on, like, crack, right? So I'm like, oh man, I almost hit two people. But the last car, when I was getting my cigarettes and, I'm getting ready to go back home, do some work, I noticed in the rear view, and it's on me, man, this freaking Mercury. So I'm driving back home, and then it's following me every which way I'm going. And I'm like, dude, what's going on here? And he pulls into where my house is at, and he's just following me really close. So I'm driving this, like, turn where my house is at, like, this cul-de-sac. And then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I don't know what's going on. People are crazy. And this is going to go more in the story when I talk further about it. Maybe this is why I'm maybe paranoid or whatever. I don't know if I'm paranoid, but maybe people are crazy. Anyway, I'm driving the van. I feel like, hey, listen, I better just pull off to the side here because I don't know if this person's following me home at 7:30 in the morning. I don't know. So I pull off to the side, like not where my house is at, but like 3 houses this guy go by so I can see what he's all about and what his license plate is and blah, blah, blah. No, what this person does, they brakes, right? And spin a complete UE. Dude, this is bizarre. So me thinking, okay, what's going on here? I get in my van and I turn the corner because I feel I can catch them going. They went the opposite way. So I feel I can catch them. So I'm doing 70 miles an hour like a crazy man with new glasses, right? Driving down this corner street to catch this guy to see what he's all about. Anyway, I sped down there. I looked to my right, looked to my left, and he's gone. I'm like, dude, this is weird. What happened here? Why would somebody who followed me in the Great Lakes for 10 minutes just stop their vehicle when I stopped and completely bust a UE? Anyway, so that was step one to today. I'm like, dude, this is bizarre. Always looking over my shoulder type of stuff. So later in the afternoon, I go out. And again, this may be paranoia, or this may be maybe people out here think, oh man, Mike's a cartel member, Mike's a drug smuggler. I don't know. Later this afternoon, I'm driving, literally come out of my house, my subdivision, and there's this main road that just goes for like 10 miles. And I pull out of my subdivision, and there's a sheriff Pinellas County Sheriff, right on my tail. And I'm like, okay, he's on my tail. And this is riding my butt, right? Like hardcore, 8 miles. So I'm sitting here and I got my hand on the wheel and I'm just driving and driving. Guys, this went on for a good 35 minutes. And I'm sitting there looking around. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh, you know what? If he's going to pull me over, he's going to pull me over. It doesn't take 20 minutes to pull me over. I got nothing to hide, here's my insurance, here's the car, it's a white minivan, I have no criminal record, I've got no felonies, I got nothing like that, nothing crazy, right? So I'm driving, and then 30 minutes go by, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and then I'm like, I basically went like this, like north on this road that went like 12 miles, made a left, and that road, I took that for another 7 miles, and then it gets into like a downtown area, right? I think in this downtown area, and there's always, it's like a main street. So there's rights and lefts and first streets and second streets. And all I was trying to do was just to go into the downtown area so I could film a video so I could throw it on YouTube later, like this clip I wanted to do. Right. So anyway, I turned left on this first street and he zips by me. Well, when he zips by me, there was like 3 other undercover, like super squad cars, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, maybe it's coincidental that this guy's followed me this whole time. And there's this crew of people behind him. I don't know. But it had me paranoid. And I was like, dude, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not like, smuggling drugs or whatever like that. But this area where I live is so crazy, okay? If you're ever bored one day and you don't live anywhere in Arizona, where I live, it's like the I-10, I-8 intersections. And the I-8 intersection is like drug kingpin stuff. I mean, people are literally walking from the border, right? And now they're more sophisticated. They're taking bikes in. They're taking ATVs in. All this craziness, right? So there's a lot of crazy things that go on over here in this area that's unbelievable. I mean, so I'm always kind of paranoid with that. Like, oh man, there's cartel. There's people that carjack you, and then there's people that are nuts. And I just do my thing. I'm out there reselling, right? I'm out there going, hey, I'm here out there making a buck or two. And anyway. That's how today started and kind of ended. And I told the story to Kim. I'm like, Kim, am I nuts? And she's just looking at me like, yeah, whatever. And I'm just like, this is insane. But I have a theory to this, right? So I've been watching, I don't have regular TV. I don't have like, ABC or NBC. We just have like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime. So I've been watching for a good solid week before I go to bed, like Drugs Inc. Have you guys ever watched that TV show, Drugs Inc.? And it's kind of interesting because there's some comparisons of that TV show to reselling. Believe it or not, it's pretty remarkable. And I want to share this with you guys. Just, again, my thoughts, my opinions on it and everything like that. But so if you ever watch the TV show Drugs Inc., they follow these people out there. And yeah, Locked Up Abroad is a good one there. Who commented with that? Krillin. Yeah, I was just talking to Krillin. Yeah, Krillin. Shout out to you. I just subscribed to you, dude. I didn't even know you were making videos. But Locked Up Abroad's good. I've watched all those. I like documentaries and real life stuff and jail stuff. And hey, Harry. Is that Harry says hi. Harry Henderson. I'm getting blurry, Jerry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of the desert here, guys. My internet's not primo. It is not the greatest. I can tell you that straight up. And I pay $180 a month. So it is what it is. That's why I don't want to do like lengthy shows like this. Just like something boom, boom, boom. See if I can make it happen. If not, it just becomes craziness with the internet connection here. Did this just start? Yeah, about 5 minutes ago, my crazy rant. Miles says, get YouTube TV. It's pretty good in Arizona. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that for sure. Anyway, this Drugs Inc. show, if you guys have ever watched this, it's very interesting, right? Because they go from cities and states across the United States about the drug problems that are out there. And I watched one episode and it was Utah. And I was thinking, how bad are drugs in Utah, And it was kind of crazy. But I know that drugs are crazy everywhere, and but I'm watching this TV show and everybody's talking about heroin, or they call it heroin, which I find annoying. People like where I came from in the Midwest, they're calling it heroin. And I'm like, it's heroin, not heroin. And I don't know if this is a communication breakdown or whatever it is, but they have all these drugs, and then they have like kingpins, they say, You know, people that are, uh, oh, we were doing $4 or $5 million a week, and this is stuff. And then they have all these pills and stuff like called Mollies, which I was like, what the hell's a Molly? I turned to Kim like, what the heck's a Molly? This is how far off I am, guys. I mean, so anyway, you know, one episode came around and it was like, this was what ecstasy was. And I'm like, oh, okay, that explains it. That's a new name for ecstasy. So I understood that stuff, right? Um, yeah, Darren, I watch that show all the time. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. It's interesting. It's real, but all the terminology is mind blowing. Half the time you can't even understand what people are saying. Honestly, you know, they have their masks on and they're just rambling and they're like, "Yo, I'm in the trap. I'm in this," and then the keywords pop up on the screen like "trap equals a drug house." You know, it's like modern day, uh, your neighborhood for dummies. The slang for, you know, what people are saying out there, and I just find it fascinating. But it had me thinking this, and before I jump into story time, it had me relate to kind of what I see on YouTube, right? With some craziness. Uh, Steve says, no thanks. I've seen all the druggies I care. Yeah, Steve, again, if you're not subscribed to Steve, my buddy Steve, is right there. You can click on his name. He makes some good videos. He's out there. And I'll tell you what, okay? He's an older gentleman. There's no doubt about it. But he's out there hustling, man. And you got to respect the hustle. I see Golden Finger Picker in the chat. Respect the hustle. I mean, I'm not a 22-year-old guy. I'm 42. I feel old, but, you know, when I look at somebody like Steve, I admire his tenacity and his hustle and his need to go out there and make it happen. And not only that, like, I mean, he's got a really, you know, everything's like a positive thing, and I respect that. I mean, really good guy. You should watch his videos. I guarantee you, if you guys aren't subscribed to him, you will learn multiple things. It's just not about going to the weigh and pay and buying stuff for 50 cents and selling for $4. Steve don't do that, right? But back to the story of the Drugs Inc. So it had me thinking, I'm watching this, guys. I'm watching the show, and I'm like, dude, this isn't that far off from reselling on YouTube. Okay, now let me explain this. You know, there's lots of people here on YouTube talking about reselling and this is that, and you know, here over here, $30 million, $50,000 checks every week, and all this craziness. And I've just never been that guy to go, hey, you know, we make $43,000 in 3 days. You know, I mean, you guys watch me at a flea market. I made $78 last Friday. You know, and then, you know, there's days where, you know, it's good. There's days where it's bad. And then there's online stuff, you know. I mean, I'm making a living, but I'm not getting $30 million worth of rich, right? So as I'm watching this Drugs Inc. show, I'm finding the similarities with what other resellers and other people are talking about on YouTube. It's very similar, right? And I'm not here to judge people, right? But when the Drugs Inc. show is saying this guy's the kingpin, he's the main guy for the cartel, and he's got some like Scooby-Doo mask on, right? Voice is muffled, and he's like, yo, I got the hookup, and everybody's got guns. But these guns these guys are holding look like they came out of the 60s. They're rust bucket guns, looks like trash. And then when they pan the camera, everything just looks like it's garbage. Now, don't get me wrong, but behind me looks crazy, right? And I'm not saying I live in a $1 million mansion or anything like that. But when I'm watching these guys in this Drugs Inc., and they're like, we do $1 million a week. And next thing you know, they go on a journey with you, right? You know, you're watching this guy hustle this, or these stick-up kids this, or drug cartel kingpin doing $1 million a week. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, dude, this is insane. It's almost like it's the story, the way I just decipher it is two ways. Don't do drugs, right? Because I'll show people that are on drugs and, you know, they're out there panhandling and, you know, oh, I need to get my fix. And they show in this TV show, freaking seeking needles in. It's crazy. But I started to really watch what these drug dealer kingpins, you know, I'm thinking, okay, you're a drug dealer kingpin, but you know, you don't fit the criteria, right? Not, again, I don't know what a drug kingpin looks like. I don't know. I've never partaked in any of that. I don't know anybody that's been a part of the downfall. But when they show these guys, right, that are doing $3 or $4 million, $1 million a week, they'll go, yeah, I'm down to my last 4 mollies. And I'm going, dude, you're doing $1 million a what do you mean? You got 4 Mollies on the table. And that's what they show. They show this little brick of cocaine, little bag of heroin, and then there's 4 Mollies. Yo, man, it's so bad out here. We got to get some more Mollies. I'm like, if you're doing $1 million in sales, you should never just have 4 Mollies on the table, bro. Right? And then every episode I've watched, it's like gradually getting like that, where it's like, it's camera happy. It's like, look how cool I am. Look how amazing I am. We're doing $30 million. And it's like, but dude, you're just sitting here while you're telling people you're doing this amount of money, right? But you only got 3 Mollies on the table. Or, man, yeah, it's rough. I can't get any more kilos in. It's like, if you're doing that amount of money in the drug business, and you got connections with cartel members, you're dealing with Pablo Escobar's son, right? Pablo Escobar's nephew, or people from Jamaica. Why can't you get the coke? Why can't you get more Mollies? So it doesn't add up from what I'm watching, right? It doesn't add up, and it's just like story time. Because I think that some of these guys that are out there really freaking banking, first off, they're not gonna sign up to do Drugs Inc. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot to do that, right? But it really had me thinking, like, man, anybody could tell a story online or on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and build up a hype about themselves to get people excited, right? I mean, anybody could do this. Anybody can go run around and say, yeah, we're doing this business, and here's my Porsche, right? And you rented the Porsche for the day, right? And come off like it's somebody that they're not. And as I started watching the show further and further, I'm like, I've never been like that. If I have, then somebody tell me, but I've always just thought I've been very direct with how reselling is. There's ups, there's downs, but I mean, if I'm going to say to you guys, hey, listen, I did $3 million last year on online and locally and everything like that, and while I'm telling you that, I only have a Mario DS game on the table, and I've got an Affliction shirt, okay, and then it's just all talk. You see where I'm going? I think you should say at that point, dude, I'm going to call you out with that, Mike. I think you're full of crap, right? And that's where the show's interesting. It's like, dude, it kind of really reminds me of like what reselling is on freaking YouTube to some extent. So anyway, if that makes sense, maybe it does. I'll look at some comments, but maybe I just had half a Corona in. Yeah, Craigslist Hunter, perfect. Pete. Pete, honestly, this guy, he goes out and hustles this stuff, right? He's been out there, he's doing his thing, very successful on YouTube. But you know what? The thing is with Pete, he's so successful on what he does. Pete's one of those guys where it's like, hey, I did 50,000. Okay. I've seen these videos. 50,000. And you can look at him and be like, yeah, he did. There's no denying that, right? There's no denying Pete did $50,000 in July, right? And then these are the people you should be watching, not some of these guys and girls that are just really trying to blow smoke up people's butt to get it look like it's sexy, right? Like, oh man, I could be the drug dealer, right? And that's what I find interesting about the whole Drugs Inc. / reselling. And that might sound crazy, but I think the point I'm trying to get at is that, take everything for what it's worth, because the story I'm about to read you guys here is a perfect example of that mentality that I just described. So let me jump into this here. Let me read this story. This is dated. Actually, I remember this unit. Very interesting. I got this unit back in 2009 in Illinois. And this one's actually dated October 14th, 2007. So let's dive into today's story. Again, these stories are stories. So this is reality. I mean, this is handwritten. I mean, I'm not crossing things out and editing things, and this is just a story of somebody who left a letter document in a storage unit. But I find today's letter to be spot on. Let me read it. I look to our Creator for courage, guidance, and strength. My greatest strength is not afraid to take on a challenge. I ask you, my native brother and sister, will you sit there and stand alongside of me with utmost respect? Now, if you didn't watch the previous video, you might sound like I'm stuttering or I can't read. I'm just reading the word for word, right? I just find that to be more pure rather than me trying to guess what they're trying to say. Don't regret yesterday or make promises about tomorrow. I am a proud native. As you journey on this trail, you will learn from your failures. No one can tell you what your goal on this trail is. As you find your goal, you will notice enemies. An enemy is anyone who wants to keep you down. These people will lie and promise you things, but only deliver trouble. Be careful. Watch out for attacks. And wrong you got to be in this rough spots on your journey through life. Hashtag here, or quotes, opinion. Don't take into them. Stand strong, resist, overcome. The hardships on this trail are a journey through life. That's it. And that is spot on. I mean, life is a journey, you know? Life is a journey to starting from here to go to there, okay? And yes, you're going to encounter evil. You're going to encounter enemies. You're going to encounter people that are hateful or people that are going to use you, you know? And I just found that when I read this before I went live here and I read it again, I just find this to be freaking true, okay? So true. Like, I don't know the age of this person. I want to say when they wrote this, they were probably 16. But I just found that they had that. I hope that they are living today with same mentality of, hey, listen, you know, it's be you and it's only you. Nobody's going to help you, okay? And there are going to be people while you're on your trail of your journey and you're on this trail, right? And there's going to be people going to try to do some drugs, do some meth, right? They're going to pull you from the left side. Hey, listen, man, this is a good buy. Give me $1,000, all right? And you know, it's about our journey here. And only us can tell our journey and tell our stories. And not only that, we have to live our own life. And you can learn from lots of people out there. You can learn from people's mistakes. You can learn from people's greatness, right? But it's all about our journey. You know, it's our journey going there straightforward. Hey, I want to make bills to raise a family on eBay. Then you're going to get in that journey, but you got to stay on that road. Okay, lots of people, they get on that road and they go, oh, no, wait a minute. I listed 30 things and I watched this other guy over here who says he's made $40 million on Amazon. And then you go like this, right? Now you're off that trail when you never gave yourself a chance to see if you can make that goal on eBay, right? And that's what I find interesting with this is that it's so true for what I talk about on YouTube and reselling, that a lot of people are dipping off to other areas when they haven't really improved themselves. I mean, there are people here on YouTube, guys, you know, not trying to be Debbie Downer, that really haven't proven to themselves that they can make reselling work. None of them that I've seen, other than a few that I've mentioned before. Craigslist Hunter, yes, proven. Chad's a proven guy. There's lots of proven people out there, but there's a massive other people are out there that they haven't even proven themselves, and they're going to tell you this and tell you this. And I don't want them to pull you off of that journey, right? If you say, listen, man, okay, I can make money at the weigh and pay, okay, then stay on that journey. And that journey, I hope that God brings you riches and greatness. But if that journey brings you, listen, man, I'm buying all these clothing brands everybody's talking about. Everybody's hyping these up on these live shows, and it's not putting any money in your pocket. Well, then why don't you go watch a guy like Steve, right? Why don't you go watch a guy like Chad? You know, Steve's sitting there, hey, I bought this off of this estate sale here, liquidation here, you know, and turned it into this. Chad, the same way. I bought these photos. I did this. Craigslist Hunter, you know. Hey, I bought these for stereos. You know what I'm saying? You have to go on a path, but you got to find the path. And sometimes here's the thing, especially at reselling. You can get stuck in and go, oh, man, I didn't know you could find Ralph Lauren and Burberry and all these amazing things at the thrift store, right? And you go out there and do that, it's going to be a long road for you, right? Buying those type of things, clothing brands, okay? You know, and I'm not disrespecting anybody that goes out and sells clothing. I'm not, trust me. It's just the message needs to be spoken to people about, if you're going to do that, try it and see if you conquer that, right? If you want 7,000 pieces of clothing, you know, that you're going to individually package and photograph and take care of them, then aim for the sky on those things, man. Don't be selling these items for $10, you know. And that's gonna be tougher margins, and not only that, it's gonna be tougher to find some of these things. Where watching people like Chad and like Ronnie Hart, I mean, you know, he goes out there and you got to find these needles in a haystack, But at the same point in time, there's the reselling aspect of life. If you're a lifer, you're like, dude, I'm in for life. That's all I'm gonna do, reselling. Then there's the outer influence of people that are around you, where this outer influence can destroy you, right? Hey, man, it's Friday night. We need to go to the bar, man. We got to pick up chicks. And you might be 22, but like, dude, I'm in, right? And then, you go and you have a fun time. Saturday, wake up, and like, oh, I don't want to list. Monday comes around, you look at your bank account and go, dude, I only got $30. I got to hustle now. No. Learn from other people's mistakes and learn from, hey, when that guy asks you on a Friday night to go out to the bar, say, okay, maybe I'll have a drink with you, but I got to be gone in an hour. Go back and hustle some more, right? Make that a privilege for you to go do that, right? Rather than just going, well, yeah, you know what? It's the cool thing to do. Let me just go hang out with my boys and girls. Because I'm telling you, you younger cats that are out there, I mean, the drugs are one thing from what I see in the Drugs Inc. And not only just Drugs Inc., from what I see in a lot of the land that's outside my door. Trust me, okay? Pinal County over here, Arizona, is La La Land. I mean, there is craziness going on, okay? And I see this over and over and over, and it's poverty. It's I'm doing drugs. And they're not educated. They're not even doing anything. They're just waking up, going, hey, I've got this little card, and I can swipe it at Walmart, and I'm good to go to eat. But they got no money, okay? When you got to go out there and just do your thing, right? If you want to find success in making money with reselling, you're going to do it. But there's going to be hurdles, and there's going to be collapsed walls. I mean, literally, you're going to be on this path, and the wall's just going to go poof. And you're going to go, what the hell did I do wrong? And it's not going to be anything you did wrong, maybe. Maybe it is. Sometimes it's not. It's just market. It's just how it is. There's a lot of us out there reselling. A lot of us out there trying to make a buck or two. And every day it's getting more and more competitive. So when you can stay away from that mass of what everybody else is talking about, people with the mirror ball saying, listen, you know what? All you got to do is go the way and pay, and I want you to go find these 50 brands. Right? Or, hey, go buy vintage Tommy. Yo, Tommy for your mommy. Go buy the Tommy sells, man. It's just a fad. And you can buy all that. And if you're new, you're going to go, oh, you're going to be looking through all these things, Tommy Hilfiger. You're going to be buying every Tommy Hilfiger shirt you find because you watch somebody on YouTube. And then you're going to message somebody like me and say, listen, you know what? Hey, man, can you help me with my eBay? Nothing's selling. I'm gonna look at, and I'll spot it right away. I'm like, dude, these aren't vintage Tommies. These aren't vintage Tommy Hilfiger, man. Just because it says Tommy Hilfiger on the inside thing doesn't mean it's worth anything to anybody. It's a flooded brand, right? Now, don't get me wrong. The vintage stuff sells, just like anything vintage. Vintage will always sell to some extent if it's got good subject matter. It's got appeal to it. But at the same point in time, you can't always get your information just off what you hear on the internet and run with it. I had somebody message me the other day. I took your advice. I bought vinyl records. I can't even sell one a day. I said, can you message me your eBay? I got his eBay. I said, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I said, but it's very hard to sell some of these vinyl records. There are people selling vinyl records on eBay for $4.40 shipped. Okay? And I can't explain why they're doing that. I don't know why they're doing it. But if I've got that record that they're selling for $4.40, that's an $8 record for me on Etsy. And I'll just sit there. I'm not worried about it, and it's, to begin with, records aren't fast flips unless they're rare, unless they're very unique or desirable, I mean, if you got Pink Floyd, that stuff's going to move, right? But if everybody's selling Dark Side of the Moon for $32 and you think yours is so much more special and you're selling for $80, and you're going to complain, oh, Pink Floyd don't sell. Well, dude, you're priced out of the game. So hopefully my rants make some sense to you guys here. Yeah, records take time, just like anything takes time. Like snapback hats take time, trucker hats take time, clothing takes time. Everything takes some time, right? Because if everything we bought sold like that on eBay, then yeah, some of us would be filthy rich. Some of us would be very filthy rich. But the reality is that, and I'm a big believer that if you just do your part and you do your research and you put in the time and the effort to list these items, no matter what platforms you're using or multiple platforms, and you've put in the work, you're going to get the reward, period. Now, you're not going to get the reward if all you're doing is selling Faded Glory, okay? If you're just doing Faded Glory and Wrangler jeans, I I got to exclude you from this. No, you're not going to be successful, okay? You're going to have a very hard time. But, if you're selling Supreme and, Sony PS4s or, you're hustling stuff that people are actually wanting to buy, then yeah, they'll move fast. But everything, everything to some extent takes some time and effort. And I just feel sometimes and I don't watch too many reseller videos, but I got this Facebook group and constant messaging. I mean, my messaging is like all day. It's crazy. And I just feel like, at some point there was a disconnect. And that disconnect, I think, related to the story I was talking about today of this, just stay on your trail. Stay on your trail. If what you're trying to do right now at the Weigh and Pay is working, then run with it. Okay? Just like me and Steve. Steve's at the flea market with me, right? Steve's indoor, I'm outdoor. If things are working, we're going to run with it. If they're not working, we're going to adjust, right? But that is the key, is when you go, listen, when do you adjust? Do you just keep throwing more money at the Weigh and Pay, buying Levi's jeans for $2? Well, if you've got 800 pair listed for 30 days and you've sold 4 pairs, then no, that should not be your business. That's when you have to look at it and say, listen, the wall is collapsing here, and we have to figure this out quick, and that's the point I'm trying to say, is that not everybody's formula here on YouTube is the right formula, because nobody has the right formula. Who am I to come out here and say, listen, this is how you make $1 million? I mean, seriously, let's just be realistic. Let me say this. Here's the formula for you to make 50,000. Okay? I could tell you things I think you can get there with, because I know, and I've done it, okay? But I can't tell you to just go to the Weigh and Pay every day for 5 hours and sit there and wait for freaking, Guess jeans to roll out. To me, that would just be, that's not my business. I'm not a Weigh and Pay person. I'm not going to go there. I don't have patience for things, But that doesn't mean other people can't rock and roll that. Same thing with wholesale. Hey, I'm just going to order a pallet. I'm going to drop $2,000 in this pallet and make $4,000. People are very successful with that. And is that something I want to do? Not really. I mean, I've done it. I mean, Steve's in the chat. Steve says all the time, oh, look at this pallet deal. Look at this pallet. And now he knows not to talk to me about pallets, because I probably won't buy them. But I've watched him over time. Every pallet he buys, he makes money on them. So again, use the information that you're listening to, absorbing, but, stay on that little path. But also, you can veer off a little bit when things aren't going to where they're going. Especially the ties, right? If all you're doing is selling $7 ties on eBay, then we have some problems here. I mean, we're gonna have some problems. Why you can't make $300 a week? You know how many ties you gotta sell after shipping a tie? How much you pay for the tie to make $300? That's a lot of freaking ties, And is that really what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? Do you want to sell ties to make $300 a week? Can it be done? Sure, no doubt about it. But maybe find some other killer ties that sell for 50, 60. At the end of the day, I guess you got to find out what works for you, and and then see what works for you. Okay, but don't be narrow-minded and say, listen, it's only clothing for me, man. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm not going to look at those stereos over there. I'm not going to look at those snapback hats over there. Or I sold a pair of Adidas shoes today, right? $78 for these shoes. I bought these shoes from somebody that came to the flea market booth. Says, hey, man, you want to buy some stuff? I said, sure. He threw down this stuff. I said, what do you want for this? He had some shoes. He had some jerseys. And I just looked at these shoes, and I'm like, dude, these things are fugly. These are ugly, man. Pastel colors. And I like my neon green shoes, and stuff like that. Those are cool to me. But these were like pink and purple and just, I don't know, this is not my style. But I said, you know what? Somebody wants these. Somebody wants them. I bought them sight unseen. And they sold $78. Did it take a while? Sure. Yeah, it took about 40 days. But I made the money. It's going to go to the buyer. He's going to like it. you do that when you're listing your 40 items a week or 300 items a month, and you have some markup. You're selling higher end items. The sales will come through, right? It might not be as fast as you want them to be, but it's a lot better to sell those $40, $50 items than selling, you know, 2 or 3 generic Old Navy T-shirts a day, right? Or am I nuts? Because I think those days that's a rat race. I didn't do reselling to be like being a part of a rat race. You know what I mean? I don't want to just sit there and go, oh man, all I gotta do now is list 500 items a day, and I can make my $100. That's a lot of work. So there's my rant. I'll answer some questions, guys. You know, like Mark says here, what is it? Marco, the real secret to making money is hard work. Keep the secret yourself. Exactly. Right there, dude. That's the freaking comment, right? Steve says, look at Pete, Chad, Mike, then figure their best practices and blend it in your plan. Yeah. Look at Steve's. Look at a lot of the people that are out there, and exactly what Steve said there. Fit those things in, right? And you know, if it's, hey man, Starbucks mugs sell, there you go. Look for the Starbucks, right? Yeah, I mean, Chad. Hey, but Chad's here. This weekend, I'm going to nail it down with Chad. Me and Chad are going to do a live show. Hopefully on my channel or probably his channel. I don't know. My internet stinks, but we're going to make this happen this weekend. So if you guys are out there watching, expect me and Chad to be chit-chatting soon. Should be fun. He's a common guy. He's a good guy. And I don't really do any of these interview things because it's like, it is what it is. But like with Chad, I'm excited for it. I really am. I think it's going to be fun. So if you're around, you know, stay tuned to our channel or Chad's channel. It'll be sometime Saturday, Sunday. But other than that, that was tonight's that was tonight's show. But Set Go Chicago. Do you follow Grant Cardone? I used to until I posted a Resellers Roundtable, the Facebook group I have, and you know, I'll be honest, I don't follow Grant Cardone. I don't follow Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't follow Pat Flynn. Right? I did follow those guys for a while. I got some things here and there from them, but most of the time it was just way over my head. Not over my head, but just like unnecessary waste of time, if that makes any sense. So, you know, with Grant Cardone, Grant's always out there selling. Is Grant successful? Sure. Is Gary Vee successful? Sure. Pat Flynn successful? Yes. I mean, these guys are successful, but there's nothing I'm getting that's going by me absorbing information and stuff they're saying that's going to help me at this point in the game. And I'm just being honest, you know. Those guys are great to listen to, but you know, they're also time sucks, you know. So, and a lot of them are they're just talking. That's all they're doing. They're talking, you know. Grant's great. I mean, I had this. If you go back, if you ever want to see me and Grant talked years ago. It's on my Facebook Morning Cup of Joe, where me and him talked for a little bit for about. I talked to him for about 40 minutes, and then there was like a minute or two video clip. But, yeah, I mean, good people. But when you here, I'll just be straight with you guys. I'm 42 years old. I got 2 kids. I got a wife. You know, I've got I got a life to live. I just can't be watching these guys. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing, and I think that's what's important. Is once maybe get something from them, and they're good at giving you something, right? They'll give you something good. Turn around and just use it, and then you do it. Don't wait for their next video to be uploaded. Like me, if you're watching me and going, I'm waiting for the next Global Voodoo video. Don't. Just go out and do your thing, and then maybe if you want to watch my videos, do a marathon, you know. 2 or 3 videos, you know, on a Saturday when you're cutting the grass or something. You got your headphones on, but you know, again, I mean, I know some of you guys watch Gary Vee, and you know, I mean, somebody like Resident Resells. I mean, this guy just wants to be Gary Vee, you know, and that's the problem with Gary Vee and all these guys. These guys come out there and throw these things out there, and then there's mimickers. See, like you could watch Gary Vee and some of his stuff. He's got guys that come up there and says, "Dude, I'm gonna fake it till you make it." I wanted to be Gary Vee. That's what Gary Vee taught me when I read Crush It. Fake it until you make it. So these guys are coming out knowing the routine and how Gary became Gary, right? And Crush It, you know, or jab, jab, right hook, okay? Where some of these cats that read this into this, they're like, oh, dude, I'll go start my following. I'll build my brand, right? And they're just faking it until they make it, okay? Is that right? Not in my book, but Some books, that's fine. I mean, it's evident with some of these channels that are out there, you know. And then, you know, I'm not throwing jabs at people. That's just the honest reality with some of the stuff, you know, where it's just, you know, they will sit there and tell you, you know, oh, dude, we do $20 million a month on Amazon, right? Me and my partner. In the same breath, he's driving a 92 Volvo, okay, and getting evicted from his house, okay? You're doing $20 million. How do you get evicted? Why don't you have I mean, guys, if I was doing $20 million a year, you don't think in some of my videos I'd have some nice, cool ass cars or something that would show that value, okay? Not just to show off, but just to say, hey, dude, I want a '67 Camaro. You know, why not? I deserve one. And if I'm making $20 million a year, I think I can afford one. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Chad's right. Want to be marketers or resellers. I mean, that's the thing. And you've got people that are they think they're at the top, but they bought subscribers all the way up, and it blows me away that they have more. Some of these people have more subscribers than Pete, which is mind blowing, mind blowing. And that person they keep buying the subscribers to get higher than Pete every single time. Pete's the #1 guy. Period. For anybody watching, anybody who's got more subscribers in the reselling community than Pete, you should not watch. Period. Okay. Even some of those people that are at 50, 60,000, you should not watch. You came here for honesty. I'm giving you facts. Okay. But those people, they have an ego to come off with. And not only that, they can't even show you. You can go back in their videos with some of these cats, and you'll realize, dude, this guy hasn't shown me one item that sold, that he sold. He's too busy telling you, this changed my life. I went from Waffle House to multimillionaire. Okay? If this is stories you guys want to hear, then you like that stuff. You're going to absorb that stuff, right? You know, you go watch a guy like some of these cats that are out there. Maybe it's for you to go, oh, I want to resonate because I want to be like that one day, you know? And some of that is just nonsense. And I'm just being honest. I've always been honest about that subject. And I just find it that, you know, you gotta put your money where your mouth is, especially in this reselling community. You know, there's a company out there, they came out there and they were doing $42 million on Amazon years ago. Reached me, hey man, love your stuff, man. Love you. Would you want to be an affiliate for our paid program? I said, well, I don't know anything about you at the time. I looked them up, and man, every time you sell one, like $600 your way. I said, oh, okay, that's cool, you know. And I said, I'm not really into that, but let me look into it. Started looking into this whole story, and I'm like, dude, no, I'm not doing it. I said, I don't even believe you guys. You know, it sounds good on paper, but I don't believe you. Well, they said, well, you know, man, we'd love to have you do this, Mike. You know, sorry you feel that way. I said, I'm just being honest. I just can't go out there and randomly talk about you guys. I don't know who you are. You have no proof. And then, literally, when I hung up the phone with that person, later that week, 3 YouTubers resellers, 3 of them were pitching that product. You go buy this, it'll change your life. Start up this, Startup Brothers here, do this here. These guys are the real deal. And I'm just like, dude, if I want to be a shady shyster and just say, listen, it's all about affiliate marketing, smart passive income. Let's smart passive income this. Let's get buddy. Trust me, I've sat there. These people come to me all the time. Mike, sell me this, do me that. And I'm like, dude, I don't want none. If you're talking about reselling and you're going to try to tell me to go sell your 101 ties, I'm not doing. Why would I do that? Okay? Why would I do that? Somebody like Jens Tobias, a man who's out there, storage units. He's got videos of them all. I buy the book. I read it. I'm like, dude, this is a legit guy. I'll be more than happy to promote that. And I don't want any money. You know? I don't want any money. I'm here to say, listen, this is my goal here. You can do reselling and make a living. Okay? Whether it's an extra $10,000 a year, an extra $50,000 a year, maybe it's $100,000 a year and you're full time. Great. Okay? But I am not going to sit here and promise and lie to you that, you know, hey guys, do you know what came in my mailbox today? A $50,000 check. All from me just doing affiliate stuff, lying through my teeth. Lying to you. Because I do eBay. You see me. I take snapshots on Instagram of me and, you know, and me and my peeps at the thrift shop. That's just them showing up there. Okay? They're just showing up there and to market you. So anyway, lengthy video, long one here. Crazy how you go from storage unit stories into shenanigans, but they're out there. And again, just like the storage story says here, right? These enemies, these people are not your friends. I am telling you this. I've been on YouTube for a while. So these people are enemies that you're watching and listening to. But if they make you money, great, go ahead and do it, right? But if they don't, and you see through it, God bless you, right? Because we live in a world right now where, honestly, there's lots of enemies at the door. There's lots of people that are willing to take advantage of you every single day of your life, right? There are people trying to do whatever it is, whether that cop was coming to me, trying to arrest me, or ticket me for a taillight. I don't know, but he didn't pull me over, right? And if he did, then I pay the piper. What's the ticket, sir? Right? Oh, wait, you found 40 kilos of, what do you call those, mollies? Those weren't mine, sir. Matter of fact, I just learned about the mollies on Drugs Inc. Appreciate you guys hanging with me tonight on storage auction stories. Go be great. Expect a video in the near future here. Also, again, Golden Finger Picker and me sometime soon, next couple days. Go out and be great. Make some money. Get some stuff listed. Again, stay on that road. Give it a try. If the road's going like this, Self-Esteem Prophecy, baby. Self-Esteem Prophecy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go buy the book. Self-Esteem Prophecy. If the road is going like this, and you're seeing this and this and this and this and every which way, you can always branch off. Best of luck, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for you guys being live. Hit the thumbs up if you liked the video. Next time, I'm out of here. Peace. Live video over.